year as the home court for the Phoenix Suns as we go to Game 3 of this Western semifinal playoffs. Nearly 15,000. The home court advantage now belongs to Phoenix after two close Portland wins in the great Northwest. Two well-matched run and gun open court teams. First half action in just a moment. Phoenix leading Portland, a turnover. Oh, Sabalas thought it went off Jerome Kersey, but it goes to Portland.
Well, Dick, Phoenix is doing all the things they said they wanted to do. They're trying to get Hornacek more shots. They've been doing that early. Kevin Johnson's been driving very well, getting points.
Here's Terry Porter over KJ and scores 6-5. Porter was averaging 29 in this series. 29 also for Kevin Johnson. Hornacek has been the quiet man, just unable to get shots off, partially because of Clyde Drexler's defense. Look at Drexler shadowing Hornacek. Outside, Tim Perry. He has 4. They're trying to involve Perry more into the offense as well.
Well, Kevin Johnson said they wanted to get Tim Perry more shots today, and so far he's hit both shots he's taken.
Sabalas out hustling Portland for the loose ball. Kevin Johnson, Sabalas. It's 10-5, Portland trailing Phoenix. It's Kersey at the other end with his athleticism, finding a break and slicing through to score.
Even though Kersey got that layup, Phoenix is accomplishing what they want. They're getting good transition points. They're getting Perry involved early like they wanted to, and the game is going according to the game plan for the Phoenix Suns.
Hornacek on the run. Nice dish shot and a foul as Tim Perry scores again.
Well, Jeff Hornacek comes down the middle and he draws Buck Williams to him. That's Tim Perry's man. There's Tim Perry for the dunk. Watch it again. Watch what Buck Williams has to do. He has to come over and help. Clyde Drexler does not get down fast enough to cover Tim Perry, and it's an easy 2.
Drexler with a foul. Perry looks for his 7th point. And Perry, who's done very little on the offensive end in the first 2 games of this series, off to a fast 7-point start here in the first quarter in Phoenix. Stolen by Kevin Johnson. Great pass to Sabalas. And goaltending on Drexler. Was he up there?
Oh, he was really up there, but the bounce pass what made the play. Excellent bounce pass by KJ. Feed it to Sabalas for the easy 2. They are beating, the Phoenix Suns are beating Portland Trail Blazers down the court, and that's why the score is what it is, 15-7.
Cliff Robinson in for the starter, Kevin Duckworth. There's Drexler. And Hornacek says, hey, he jammed into me, but it's Hornacek with a foul.
Clyde's taking him to the low post, and he did initiate that contact. I had to agree with the Phoenix fans there. This is a hard cover for Jeff Hornacek, trying to guard Clyde Drexler because he's given already away, 3 or 4 inches. And with Clyde's jumping ability, too, it causes Jeff Hornacek a lot of problems down low in the post.
Look at those numbers. 26 points a game, over 8 assists, over 8 rebounds. The complete player, Drexler of Portland. It's 15-8 on Drexler's first point. Quick answer by Jeff Hornacek. He has 4.
Well, he caught Clyde Drexler coming in transition, and Clyde didn't get back to him, and Jeff pulled up for the jump shot.
Drexler at the other end. Rebound Sabalas.
Dumped that one real hard, Dick.
Timeout, Portland.
Well, here it is right here. The feed. He goes up. He sees Clyde Drexler. He pulls it back and dunks it. Get ready. The crowd is going crazy here in Phoenix.
Phoenix Suns, spurred by this enthusiastic crowd during the course of the regular season, lost only 5 times, the second best home record in all of the NBA. You didn't hear this kind of noise till later, never this early in the game at the Forum.
Well, you know, we felt like the Phoenix Suns had to get off to a good start to get the crowd involved. They've done that. Tim Perry has risen to the occasion. KJ said yesterday that he had to get involved. He's gotten involved, and that's why the Phoenix Suns had this 19-8 lead.
8 points total in the first 2 games of the series. Perry has 9 in the first 4 minutes today. Drexler, Williams, and a foul. Sabalas, it looked to be. Now they say Andrew Lang from the backside, his second foul.
Well, first of all, Dick, I don't think that. Here comes Clyde. He draws Andrew to him. He dishes off the buck. And there it is, foul on the arm. He could have called it on either man. I don't think that the Phoenix Suns want to pressure the Portland Trail Blazers because Terry Porter or Clyde can handle the ball. It's different if you had one ball handler. But with them having, in terms of the Portland Trail Blazers having 2 ball handlers, it's tough to press them.
Andrew Lang out, and veteran Mark West comes in, number 41, for the Phoenix Suns. Buck Williams hits a deuce, and it's 19-10 in Phoenix. Porter matched up against Kevin Johnson. Hornacek and Drexler, and Hornacek driving to hit the runner. Boy, talk about that running jump shot. How about Jeff Malone last night for Utah? Was he sensational?
Oh, boy.
We'll see Malone and Utah against Seattle tomorrow here on NBC. Second chance, and that has been a fact that has haunted Phoenix in the first 2 games. Portland getting too many second and thirds. Porter, and here's the third chance. Robinson had it knocked away by Kevin Johnson. Out of bounds to Phoenix.
But what Phoenix is doing, they set a double pick for Jeff Hornacek. He catches it on the move, goes right into the middle on that little runner for 2. They must continue to set picks for Jeff Hornacek to get him shots.
Hornacek unable to connect at the other end, and an offensive foul against Porter of Portland. 6 minutes left in this opening quarter. High-octane offense, run and gun, as expected from these 2 teams who love the transition game. The foul was on Robinson, not on Porter. Boy, Robinson all over Perry. Hornacek around Drexler and throws it away.
Oh, excellent pass, though. West was not expecting it to come probably that quickly and just went off his hand. A good pass.
You never saw a pass you didn't like.
No, I love all passers.
Here comes Sabalas on the transition and waits for help. It comes from Johnson, trying to dunk, and a foul.
He said, look out, Cliff Robinson, here I come. I don't care if you're 6'11" or not. I'm a little man, I'm going to take it right to you. Look at this. Come right down the, oh, yes. I like it. I love when little men challenge big men. This is great. This is playoff basketball.
Try to get more enthusiastic, will you?
You got to love what Phoenix is doing. They are aggressive. They knew coming in that they had to get Jeff Hornacek more shots. They've done that. They wanted to get Perry more involved. They've done that so far. So they sticking to their game plan and what they want to do, and they've accomplished that so far in this first quarter.
Johnson on a string of successful free throws, 19 in a row. Mark Bryant replaces Cliff Robinson. Robinson out with 2 fouls. He was disqualified 11 times this year, fouled out more than any Blazer. And Johnson now goes for his 20th straight and a 23-10 lead.
Well, all the Phoenix Sun players said you have to get to the foul line more. And they've been driving the basketball today down the lane, challenging the Portland Trail Blazers. That's why Cliff Robinson and Duckworth was on the bench with 2 fouls each.
Porter, good defense by Johnson. Rebound Williams. A second chance for Portland. Drexler. Trying to dump it off to Williams, and surprised Williams. Sabalas did not see Johnson, who was open on the left wing. Johnson, a great pass to Perry. He can't connect. And a foul. Might have been on Perry on the follow.
But
Now going the other way against Portland, Mark Bryant.
Well, Kevin Johnson passed up right here a 20-footer for a 2-footer for Perry, and there's Jerome hacking him on the arm.
And it was Kersey first with a foul, and he now has 2.
In the first 2 games, Dick, Portland was the quicker team. They were the more aggressive team. In this game today, right here in the 4th quarter, Phoenix is the quicker team and the more aggressive team.
So Robinson and Duckworth, they have 2 early fouls, and now Kersey with 2, and we've played just 7 minutes.
Well, that's because Phoenix is taking that ball to the basket, and they don't care who's up under there. They're challenging all the big men for the Portland Trailblazer team.
Perry rattles in his 10th point, and Phoenix enjoys its biggest lead, 14. Inside. Oh, a tough 2.
He caught the defense coming out at him. Pump fake and went right to the basket and shot it over 2 guys for 2 points. He got it here to the middle. He got 2 guys jumping at him, and he put it up high enough, spun it off the glass for 2. Porter is probably one of the best driving guards in our league. Well, you got 2 of them here, really, Kevin Johnson and Terry Porter.
Hornacek, quick turnaround. Oh, my. 8 points for Hornacek.
He's shooting quick. He has to shoot quick on Clyde because Clyde has that height advantage on him and can block his shot.
And a whistle at the other end. Foul on Mark West. If you look at Hornacek, averaging 10 and has almost that in the first quarter today with 4 minutes yet to play.
Well, he's being more aggressive right now. He's catching and shooting instead of catching and thinking and letting Clyde Drexler come and close him out.
From Little Longwood College in Farmville, Virginia, Jerome Kersey. Danny Ainge makes his first appearance. His 3-point shooting has been a key factor, both against the Lakers and against Phoenix. Porter given a rest.
Now the problem with Portland right now being in foul trouble with Duckworth and Robinson, we don't have anybody to go inside to now but Clyde Drexler. And so you can look for Phoenix to be double teaming Clyde because the other guys who we're going to pass out to other than Danny Ainge cannot really shoot from the perimeter.
And Ainge can't handle Kevin Johnson. Johnson way too quick for him. And immediately Johnson took it to the hole and draws the foul. Ainge gets the foul. Enos Wadley comes in.
He has that crossover real quick, like went right by him, and here come the help by Clyde Drexler, but it was too late. Everything is too late for Portland today. They're not reacting quick enough to come and help on penetration, and that's why they're having so many fouls called against them, Dick.
Dan Marley, Thunder 9, makes his first appearance, and Tim Perry gets a great round of applause as he goes out with 10 points and 4 rebounds in this initial quarter.
Well, Cotton Fitzsimmons, the Phoenix coach, was telling me earlier that he liked what happened in the first 2 games, other than the fact that they did not make the play to win either game.
At the end of the game, but they had a chance to win both games.
And they didn't come up with that big play. And that's why he was I guess relaxed coming into this game today.
21 in a row. That string snapped as Johnson misses the free throw. 27-13. Portland trailing by 14. Great pass by Drexler. Bryant underneath. And he traveled.
Now what's the matchup's going to be for the Portland Trailblazers? Basically, I really call Marley really a 2 guard, and then trying to make him out of a small forward. Now you have Danny Ainge trying to guard Dan Marley. You have Enos Wadley out here trying to guard Kevin Johnson. And I think the matchups go to Phoenix in both cases.
7 on the shot clock. Sabalas. And the former star from Cal State, Fullerton, hits his 6th point.
Well, he just caught it and turned around and jumped right over Bryant for 2.
Drexler, who hasn't taken many shots here in the initial period, out to Hornacek, and a foul on whom? Blocking is the call against Watley.
And the penalty, fouls on number 8, Enes Watley.
Well, basically, Enes tried to cut him off, Enes Watley, and he didn't get over quick enough. Get his body in front of Jeff Hornacek.
Well, Magic, let's just talk about this home court advantage. I mean, it goes everywhere in the playoffs, and that's why you fight during the regular season. Home court gives you a crowd that's going to spur you on, gives you a crowd that's going to knock down the other team in their low moments, and although it's unsaid, it has to affect the officiating. The calls generally go in your favor.
Well, what happens is you become more aggressive. So the more aggressive team, once you set that tone in the official mind, then you're going to get those calls because you've already said, okay, I'm going to come out aggressive. The officials remember that, and that stays in their mind, and that's why you get those home calls, as they call them.
So it's the passive team that gets the fouls called on him, not the aggressive team.
Exactly. Much like today, the New York-Chicago game.
And that game won by the Bulls, 94-86. Here, Phoenix off to a bright start.
Welcome back to Phoenix. Once again, I'm Joel Myers. A 17-point lead early for the Phoenix Suns with less than 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Welcome back to this noisy Coliseum. Now, for the first 2 games, the Portland Trail Blazers went to the line 30 more times than the Phoenix Suns. When I asked Kevin Johnson about that yesterday, he said, I need to make a better effort to get the ball into the hands of my frontline players in better scoring positions. So if they get the high percentage shot and they can't capitalize, at least they'll go to the free throw line. Well, they've already been to the line 11 times earlier today. And let's not forget that Kevin Johnson, Dick, and Magic only had 10 assists over the first 2 games. They need Johnson in double digits in the assist department to be successful. Dick?
All right, Joel. Charity does begin at home when it comes to the NBA home court advantage.
Well, what happens is I understand what Kevin Johnson's going through because 2 years ago when we played the Phoenix Suns in the playoff, I was averaging maybe, I think, 40 points against them. But my assists were up under, I think, 8 a game. And because my assists were so low, other guys didn't get involved in that. And so I didn't distribute the ball enough for other guys to get their shots. And we ended up losing that series because of that. So Kevin wants to definitely get guys more shots where he doesn't have to do much scoring.
You saw that Clyde had to call time. There were only 3 on the shot clock, and they double-teamed him. Called time with 1 second on the 24. Tomorrow, a triple header, unprecedented here on NBC. Cleveland and Boston early now. That's a noon game, 9 here in the West, and we'll be up in Seattle for the Jazz and the Supersonics. Well, at least some of us will be there. And then a special third game. It'll be the Bulls and the Knicks at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 in the West. Drexler just does get the shot off, 24 seconds, and it goes to the Suns.
Hey, we've been talking about Portland's defense the last week or two. How about Phoenix defense today? They've really gotten offense off their defense today. They're playing aggressive defense.
And it reflects in turnovers. Blazers with 8 in the first quarter. Suns only 1. Three-pointer for Hornacek. Rebound Bryant.
When he pump faked and didn't take the shot the first time, that would threw him off.
Drexler really nailed as he goes inside, and the goal to Mark Ryan.
Now, Dick, with this group in here for Portland, Clyde has to look to not only initiate offense for himself, but for the other guy, just what he did for Bryant. Drive, penetrate, and kick it off where he don't have to make a move himself.
Johnson. Oh, what a move. He looked away. Wadley was going to go for the pass to Hornacek, and Johnson continued toward the basket for his 7th point.
Not only did he trick Enes Watley, but he also tricked Bryant when he shot a left-hand layup.
Clyde Drexler with a 3 at the other end. He now has 4 points. Marley. Rebound Watley. He comes out without the advantage. 1-on-4. Slows it up for help. Danny Ainge all the way. And that's 5 quick points for Portland to draw within 12.
1
by KJ.
Well, here comes KJ with the ball. He fakes like he's gonna go back, and he just went that way. Now he comes in with the right, loads it up with his left hand. So KJ said, I tricked one guy, then I tricked another guy, and went in for the layup. I like when guys get tricked. That's like a playground.
They go to Magic Castle. Looking for his 8th point. The foul was on Buck Williams, his first. Not too many with a quick first step of Kevin Johnson.
No, I think in terms of point guards, he has the quickest first step of any of them.
Down to the final minute of the first quarter. Watley blocked. West saved by Johnson. No. Bryant, Drexler, and Williams is fouled. Sabalas, I believe, from the backside.
Kevin Johnson, his second.
Now they're going to say Johnson, and that's his second foul.
Well, when Mark West blocks shots, you got to come up with the ball. The Phoenix Suns must come up with the ball, because then that gives them easy opportunities to score. If you don't come up with the ball, that's in terms of what happened. Buck Williams gets the ball, and goes up, and you get a foul. Mark West is in there. I'm sorry, Dick. Mark West is in there to block shots and to get the rebounds.
Williams, All-NBA defensive team the last couple of years. The top field goal percentage shooter the last 2 years. Former New Jersey property. He was the one who really filled a major void in the Portland scheme when they acquired him a couple of years ago.
Well, because he's a leader on and off the court, and he's the man who does all the dirty work for the Portland Trail Blazers.
Kevin Johnson, Marley for 3 is short. Watley, Ainge releases, wide open and scores.
Dick, they killed the Lakers with that release when you shoot a jump shot, and right there we see it again in this series here.
Foul on Portland, and that brought Clyde Drexler just jumping up in anger.
Dan Marley takes that jump shot. You see that Danny Ainge released on him, went down for the easy 2.
Enos Watley with a foul on the last play. Sends Sabalas to the line.
This young man here, Sabalas, he won the dunk. He's the dunk king.
At the NBA All-Star game, he had the mask trick, right?
Right. Blindfolded him, and he went in and dunked it. I wonder what Dominique and Michael think about that. Do they really think he's the real dunk king or what?
Well, Michael had to swallow a little bit today, but almost in the long run, that made him so angry that he took it out on the Knicks ultimately.
Right, when he missed that dunk going in there. You don't see that too often with him.
1 out of 2 for Sabalas, an 11-point lead for Phoenix in the final seconds. Steve Bird is in on Watley now in the final seconds of the quarter. Drexler around Marley to score.
Oh, he really, what a move by Clyde. They all thought he was coming over the top of the pick and roll. They were set to double team him, but he went baseline so quick that nobody could get over to help. He got the dunk.
With 2 seconds left, Sabalas is fouled. Williams' second foul, so most of the front line for Portland with 2 fouls.
Well, there you go, Clyde going in. Slam dunk. As I said, they thought he was coming over the top of the pick. He faked like he was going, and he went baseline and dunked. Yeah, get out the way, Burt, because you'll get dunked on with Clyde coming in there.
With 2.4 seconds left in this quarter, Sabalas with 2. Tim Perry comes in for Hornacek as a defensive move, and Porter in the three-point shooter.
Both teams made moves to. Phoenix made defensive move. Portland made offensive move to get guys in there to take quick shots or three-pointers with only 2.4 seconds left.
Sabalas hits both. 37-26. It's Drexler. And that's the end of a big Phoenix first period, keyed by Jeff Hornacek's 9. The Suns 37, the Blazers 26. A lead of 17 midway in the first quarter, settled for an 11-point advantage, shooting 57% to the Blazers 43. The Suns a good shooting team all season long. They've shot nearly 50% on the season. And Andrew Lang and company ready to go to work here at the Coliseum. Next year, Phoenix will move closer to downtown, a new arena, 19,000 seats. Currently this facility, the third smallest. Portland with the smallest in the league, and their drawing board plans for a new stadium up in the Rose City as well.
Portland came back with two guys with 2 fouls.
Steve Burt gets his first basket.
And the reason he got that basket was because Duckworth came over and he was in position, but he had 2 fouls and couldn't go up to try to block the shot.
Duckworth banging inside. Burt with a rebound. Hornacek on the break. And the foul.
What? That was beautiful. You know, he came down. It was a man in front of him, Jeff Hornacek, came down with the basketball. I think it was Porter in front of him, and he saw that Robert Pack was behind him, but he pulled up for the jumper just before Pack could get there, and he got fouled because of that. He checked the Pack reaching in and fouled him. But Jeff Hornacek, the presence of mind of him knowing that a guy was behind him and pulling up for that shot at the same time was great.
Hornacek, as we told you, the 7th best free throw shooter in the NBA on the regular season, nearly 89%, but only 3 for 5 today. Any miss draws a groan from the home crowd. 40-26 Phoenix.
He's a very intelligent basketball player.
Deflected, and it goes to Burt. 3-on-2. All the way! And misses the layup. Now it's Portland on the run. 2-on-1. Marley fighting Duckworth, and the big guy wins. Illegal defense, the call against Phoenix. Hornacek.
Illegal defense holding charge against
Cotton Fitzsimmons has announced this is his last year on the bench. He'll move into the front office next year.
Okay, here comes Steve Burke. Oh, I'm sorry. Here comes Porter. Excuse me. And here comes Duckworth. He pulls up short. Now, he should have challenged West. Instead of coming to the basket, he took the 5-foot jump shot.
Traveling the call on Duckworth. One too many bumps. And Duckworth not at all happy, and delay a game call.
And what my point was, Dick, the difference between Portland and Phoenix would have took that ball to the basket where Portland is pulling up for the jump shot.
Burt takes it to the basket, and the foul.
Man, he made me look good. We were just talking about it.
Well, he came dribbling right by you. I think he picked up the conversation.
Right.
Third foul on Cliff Robinson.
Here he comes. Nobody gets in front of him, and Cliff Robinson tries to cut him off, but too late. Now, the last layup that Steve Burke had that opportunity, he took off too far from the basket, and that's why he was able to come up short with that layup attempt. And this time, he took it and took one more dribble, Dick, and went in and got fouled.
Steve Burt, quite an inspiration as Mark Bryant comes in for Portland. Burt from Iona was playing this year in the CBA at the Oklahoma City Cavalry, averaging 24 a game. He's played in the Philippines. He's played in France and fought his way back to the NBA and averaging 6 points on the regular season and has 4 today. 10:42 remaining in the opening half. Earlier today, Chicago regained the home court advantage with a 6-point make that an 8-point win at Madison Square Garden against the Knicks. Whistle inside, getting a little physical.
Well, Dick, with this team on the floor that Portland has, they have to go in to to Duckworth to get him off. Okay, who's out there that can score? Basically, it's only two men that can really take somebody one-on-one on their team, and that's Terry Porter and Duckworth. So they got to try to find him more shots, get him the ball.
Robert Pack, and Marley picked his pocket. Bird at the other end, misses, and Ames recovers. That's a couple of layups missed by Steve Bird.
You got to ride that ball in that basket.
Ames misses the three. Hornacek rebounds. A good rebounding guard is Hornacek. Oh, the lob pass too tall for Lang. And a little hectic here at this point. And Porter recognizes it slows it down for the Blazers.
Yes, because we got a lot of running and gunning, but no baskets being made.
Duckworth, and the foul. Goes against Mark West, his second. And with it a timeout, 9:43 remaining in the opening half. And the Cotton Fitzsimmons, the 60-year-old head coach of the Phoenix Suns, his second tour with Phoenix. His first year was 1970. There's Lowell Cotton Fitzsimmons, who will move into the front office with some wonderful memories.
In my office, I have 5 pictures of the 5 guys who started for me in 1970 for the Phoenix Suns. And I always give them the credit. The reason I'm still in the NBA is those 5 guys. Paul Silas, Connie Hawkins, Neil Walk, Clem Haskins, and Dick Van Arsdale. And that's what I miss. I still have a relationship with all 5. And that'll be what I miss every day, not being with the guys.
I talked with Dick. Cotton really hasn't changed. He dresses better now. He's not wearing those purple suits with the cowboy boots. But the language and the colorful nature and his enthusiasm is very much the same as 20 years ago. 22.
Well, you know, he cares about the players. Dick, he goes beyond the game. And that's what he was saying. He's going to miss the guys. He's going to miss them growing up. He's going to miss seeing them have kids and mature into men instead of boys. And so that's wonderful.
Perry lets Marley's pass go through his grasp. And trailing by 14, Portland on the attack. 9 minutes left, opening half. Game 3, Portland won by 2 and won by 7 up north. This quarter starting slowly and another collision inside.
Well, Terry Porter, I think, feels that he can take Burt off the dribble just like he just did a while ago. Here, he gives him a little fake, goes right around him. The help comes over, and Perry, he challenges the help. Body contact, knocks him down. But he goes to the line for 2.
Perry's first foul. Porter's on a free throw string of his own. He's made the last 22 here in the playoffs. And
see, Dick, the problem with Portland is they cannot run any offense that they used to running because you got 2 guys in there probably don't play that much in Pack and in Bryant. So basically you can't run the same offense that you could run if the starters were in there, and they're having problems. So now you'll see Porter, and you see, hopefully, I think they want to get Duckworth involved.
Adelman's look was almost a glazed stare, trying to figure out what he can do. This isn't the same team that was so successful in games 1 and 2. Bryant rebounds. Here's Robert Pack, a free agent from Southern California, one of the longest shots to make an NBA roster this year. Ames from long range. It's a 2-pointer. And the lead down to 11. Steve Burt from outside. Rebound to Bryant.
I don't know if Phoenix want Burt to be handling the ball when you got Kevin Johnson on the floor.
Chance to get that deficit into single figures. Kevin Johnson with a steal. Tim Perry. Another layup missed by Phoenix. And it's Pat going for Portland. Ainge, a three-pointer, and he is fouled by Burt.
You know, Danny just did two things that probably will go overlooked. He caused Perry to miss that layup. He just went by him like he was going to go up to block a shot, but he just faked at him. Perry came up short. Then on the offensive end, he came down, faked the man up. He had a guy who's not used to fakes, drew the foul, and now he's at the free throw line.
Sabalas and Lang return to the Phoenix lineup. So they're starting five with one exception, Marley in there. Ainge cuts the lead to 10.
Phoenix has gone away from their game plan. They're not going to the basket like they were in the first quarter and this quarter. And I think with the ball not being in Kevin's hands, which they need to put it back into, where he can create offense for himself and for the other guys.
Shot clock is not working, so whistle sound still on 24. Tom Chambers yet to see any duty, and you felt he was one of the keys for Phoenix today.
Yeah, when they were talking about getting more free throws, my thinking was the fact that Tom Chambers can get you more free throws. He's a good driver. He's a guy who attacks the basket well, and so he's going to get fouled. But now I spoke to Tom earlier. He don't understand why he's not playing. He's healthy. He says that he feels that he should be in the game, and because he's a veteran who has been in the playoffs before, he should be in the game probably more than Sabalas. And but Cotton wants to go with the younger guy and the more, I think, athletic guy in Perry and Sabalas.
On the bench, though, is a 21-point career average score in Chambers. Sabalas, though, that's what'll keep you on the Pines.
Yeah, if you keep doing that, Cotton will come and say, hey, you can play a lot more minutes. Just keep doing that.
Marley off the missed shot. Phoenix by 11. Sabalas way off on that one, but Bryant loses it out of bounds. Drexler returns for Portland. Hornacek will be back in for Phoenix. When we return, Phoenix leads by 11. Portland bothered by early foul trouble on the front line. Phoenix red hot off the gate with a 44-33 lead now as Cotton Fitzsimmons takes a sip. When he first coached here in 70, these players were just little pups. In fact, Magic Johnson in Lansing, Michigan was only 11, working on his dribble drive and behind the back pass. Who was your role model growing up? Did you try to copy anyone?
Well, I had a couple of guys. I think I emulated Oscar Robertson. My real hero was Wilt Chamberlain, who I couldn't type, not quite emulate him, but Dave Bing was the guy who I idolized being in Michigan.
Marley off a pick, and he still has not connected. Gets a second chance and passes it off. Sabalas has 13 to lead all scorers.
That was an excellent interior pass by Marley.
Drexler is back in now, and is Kersey. So Portland's got their top weapons on the court. Kersey misses. Hornacek the other way. Johnson had the three if he wanted it. Drexler laying back. Marley from outside. His first points. But he's the kind of guy, as one coach said in the league, he doesn't have to score a point and can still beat you.
Exactly. He can play defense. He can rebound. He's another guy who...
Drexler from outside. Kersey, he loses it. Line pass to Marley. He takes it in. Timeout, Portland.
come a blind left-handed pass from Hornacek to Marley. They call him Thunder Dan here. Lays it up for 2.
This is Bob Costas in New York, and coming up on the Prudential Halftime Report, we'll hear from the Bulls' Scottie Pippen. Chicago took a 2-1 lead over the Knicks with a 94-86 win at Madison Square Garden earlier today. And we'll also check in on the 2 conference semifinal series with off days, the Jazz-Sonics matchup in Seattle and the Cavs and Celtics, who play Game 4 tomorrow in Boston, with the big question being whether Larry Bird will suit up for the Celtics. That's coming up shortly. Right now, let's go back to Memorial Coliseum in Phoenix as we rejoin Dick Enberg and Magic Johnson. Dick?
All right, Bob, the Madhouse on McDowell Street, and they're pleased thus far as Phoenix has matched the biggest lead of this first half, 17.
Yeah, the points off turnover, Phoenix 15, Portland only 3.
Both teams like to run, and so that turnover keys the transition game. Drexler inside follows his own shot, and for the Glide, only his 8th point.
He is just too strong for Jeff Hornacek. Clyde Drexler, once he gets inside, if he misses the shot, he can get it, the rebound very quickly because he just muscles Jeff out the way. This is their weave offense here.
And the quick hands of Porter for the Blazers. Look at that Kersey fly! Jerome Kersey, like shot out of a cannon.
Man, you said it right. He flew right through there, and I love how he just dunked it hard to let everybody know, hey, I'm here.
Kevin Johnson underneath, and it handcuffed Sabalas. Porter with Duckworth and Drexler. It's Drexler. 6 unanswered points for the Blazers, who pull within 11.
And the reason being, Dick, is their defense. They're getting all these points right off their defense.
Hunter wants a 20-second timeout. 4 straight points off turnovers, and it works both ways.
Yes.
Try to slow down Kersey. He got down there so fast it was hard to see him.
And Terry gave him an excellent bounce pass. And he came through there and slammed it hard. And you know, slam dunk for Portland gets them going and makes them play harder. Look at him up over the rim.
Majestic.
Yes, yes.
I knew you were going to say it, so I wanted to get it in on my side.
Okay.
Majestic.
You got it. You're the pro. I'm the amateur. I'm trying to learn from you.
Listen, you know, the only way you can really learn is to stay with the team. So maybe you want to change your mind and go back up to Seattle with us.
I was trying to do that, but my wife told me to come home.
I'm not going to argue with it. Even NBC can't stop that.
Yes.
Snapper Jones will join us from Seattle tomorrow for Game 3 as Seattle has the home court. Hornacek, threes.
I tell you, Jeff Malone and Jeff Hornacek can shoot off the dribble, off the move better than any 2 guards in the league.
They don't have to be on the right foot, just on the move. Kersey misses an easy one. It's Kevin Johnson the other way. Over Porter. 11 for KJ.
Have you ever seen a game change so quickly? One team make a run, here comes the other team, they make a run. Portland just ran off 6 straight now. Here comes Phoenix right back with 4 straight.
They might as well turn off the 24-second clock. Drexler inside, and Duckworth connects.
Well, guess what I found?
5 points.
That's what happened.
Marley underneath. No one picked up Marley.
Well, when you got that motion offense like Phoenix likes to run, you got everybody moving around. And that time he back cut on Jerome, Marley did, and ended up free for the easy 2. You always got to pay attention to all the cutters cutting through the lane.
Duckworth powers his way inside. And the foul against Portland on a shove as Kevin Johnson goes down. Terry Porter, the foul, is first.
Well, here's KJ coming down, and he surveys the floor. Here's the back pick by Hornacek on Jerome. Freed up Marley for 2. Phoenix always an excellent back picking team or down picking team to free up the shooters or the drivers.
2.5 minutes to go in the half, and Marley. Rebound Kersey. Duckworth. And a foul. And the fans thought Duckworth was a little too aggressive. The officials didn't.
It was an excellent move. He didn't throw his elbow out. He just raised them up. And here it is. Nice pump fake there. And 2 points. He didn't. You get an offensive foul or a flagrant foul if you throw your elbows out. Not when you raise the ball over your head where your elbows have to come up. So it was a good call.
Andrew Lang gets his third foul, so he's removed by Fitzsimmons.
Here it is. Elbows up. Oh, well. Well, get your face back, Jeff, before you take your head off. I know when I'm around big men, I always get my face back. I might have my hands in there, but I get my face back.
Duckworth misses the free throw. It's Hornacek now on Drexler through the hands of Mark West, and a foul. Tim Perry, his second.
I think tensions are rising here a little bit, Dick. And everybody's on the referees. Everybody is upsetting each other. So they might have to call it a little tighter to just calm everybody down right quick.
Charles Williams, 4 for 4 from the line.
Number 45,
Ed Neely makes his first appearance. The veteran from Kansas State, and Perry gets a blow.
I think when Cotton coached at Kansas City, Neely played for him. That's why he brought him back here. A utility type of player to come in and rebound and bang bodies.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes to go in the half, the announcement. Porter with 7. Duckworth. Tipped in by Drexler. Left-handed. 12 for Clyde.
He has 11 offensive rebounds in this series, and the reason being is because, like I told you earlier, Jeff is just too small to handle him.
Mark West, offensive foul against West. His third.
Good call, good call. He used his off arm to shield Kersey off. Here it is, pick and roll. He set the pick. He goes up, see, he uses off arm to knock Kersey off. Everybody here hates the call, but I thought it was a good call.
10-point lead, so that's 17-point advantage, whittled down to 10, and now Portland with a chance to get it into single digit. High pass to Drexler for an easy 2. The feed from Kersey. And Phoenix's lead just 8 now with 1:12 to go in the half.
Kevin Johnson should never switch off on Clyde Drexler. He switched that time and they threw him a lob pass over Kevin. And Clyde just caught him for the easy 2.
Marley underneath the Neely, stolen by Buck Williams. Knocked out of bounds, and they say 2 Phoenix.
Well, here they're going to run a pick here. Clyde sets a pick for Porter. Kevin Johnson switched on Drexler, and that's an easy 2. You can't do that. You got to stay with your man, especially Terry Porter. Kevin Johnson on Terry Porter.
Under a minute to go. 24 for Portland, or for Phoenix. And it's Kevin Johnson on Drexler, and Drexler's quick hands knock it away. 16 on the clock. The announcement will be made early next week on the 2 remaining spots for the U.S. Olympic team. It'll be a major upset if Drexler isn't one of them.
I think he's a shoe-in. It'd be hard to not count him in, especially if you're talking about you want an all-around player.
It's Porter. He's not shot much, and he has cut the lead to 6-50. What a comeback by Portland at the end of this first half. Much like Phoenix came back in the third period of game 2 when they were down 17 early.
Can you believe this? Foul trouble and all that's happened. They've taken the crowd right out of the game, Dick, and that's why they've been able to come back, because they stepped up their defense as well.
9 unanswered points until Kevin Johnson's layup. 9 seconds left in the half. Porter, and he draws the foul. 2.8 seconds.
That was bad defense by Phoenix that time. You can't let a man drive all the way from inline to inline. He comes through and he goes through about 3 guys and gets almost to the basket. Mark West has to come over and foul him. You know, when you only got 9 seconds, you got to run a guy up at Terry Porter that time to make him pass it to somebody else. Keep the ball moving. Also, the clock is moving at the same time.
And that was Mark West's 4th foul. So suddenly it's Phoenix with their big men in foul trouble. Lang with 3 and West with 4. West will go out. Cotton can't afford a possible 5th here in the final couple of ticks.
Along with 8, Enos Watley, Cedric Ceballos returns
in
to the
for
Suns
Kersey.
for number 41, Mark West.
Look for Kevin Johnson or Marley to run out long here, or Hornacek. Somebody's going to run long, and they want to catch somebody on the run, and they can get a shot up.
Porter hits them both. It's 58-52. Neely. There's Hornacek, and Watley fouls him. That was an unusual foul by Watley,
but you know, coaches go crazy over that. But I guess they had a foul to give, so it was a good foul.
All right, it was a good foul. Beg your pardon. It was a very intelligent foul, not a bad foul.
Yes.
Long pass, and Ceballos will count if it goes. Got a good shot, and that's the end of the half. That saw Portland down 17 points on 2 different occasions, but the Glide got it in overdrive in the second quarter, and Portland draws within 6, 58-52 in game 3 of this Western semifinal, with Portland leading 2 games to none. Halftime coming up.
Okay, halftime of Game 3 in Phoenix. The Suns lead the Blazers 58-52. At one time, the Suns led by 17. For whatever it's worth, which is probably nothing, Portland has lost their last 7 Game 3s in playoff series, and 12 out of 14 Game 3s since 1985. And that's the sort of thing you know when you sit around here with too much idle time on your hands. So perhaps they will lose their 8th straight Game 3 today, and what to make of that, I'm not really sure. In the early game today at Madison Square Garden, the Bulls beat the Knicks 94-86 to take a 2-1 lead in their best-of-7 series. Michael Jordan had 32, Scottie Pippen 26. Patrick Ewing led the Knicks with 27. After the game, Scottie Pippen talked with Ahmad Rashad.
All right, thanks, Bob. Scottie, and obviously a different mindset for you guys when you came in here today.
Well, it definitely was. We wanted to come here today and really control the tempo and get everyone involved in a game where it didn't come down to where we had to give Michael the ball and let us bail us out in different situations.
You came in here with a bad ankle. Did it bother you much today?
No, I think last night I stayed off board. I kept it elevating, letting some of the swelling come out of it, and I just, you know, continued to do that throughout the night and got up this morning and did it, and today it wasn't as sore as it was the last game.
Got to be tough, though. Now you got to play back-to-back. You got to play tomorrow.
Well, it's going to be tough, and I'm going to go back and do the treatments again, and hopefully it'll take a lot of the soreness out of it from the game today.
All right, thanks, Scottie. Good luck to you tomorrow.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, Bob.
Thanks, Ahmad. 8-point differential at the end, but again, the Knicks were in it right to the end. Had a crack at it in the closing seconds.
They had a crack at it. They're playing against a team, though, Bob, that's been there before. They know how to get it done. What Scottie Pippen had told me when I spoke to him about his ankle was that he hadn't had a lot of ankle sprains, so he wasn't really sure how he was going to respond. He had a chance to play on it, didn't respond. Then he gave it some rest. But I have to say the intensity of the Bulls is the thing. They had to bring that up to match the Knicks. They got Michael Jordan. They got somebody that when he's, go down the stretch, he can figure out what to do with it.
Game 4 is tomorrow night here on NBC primetime. 6:30 Eastern Time is the start here on NBC. Part of a triple header for you tomorrow, 2 in the afternoon, and then the third, the Knicks and the Bulls at 6:30. Coming up next, we'll check in on other playoff news as we get reports on the Utah-Seattle and Cleveland-Boston series. But first, this message from Prudential, along with a word from the NBA. There are playoff games tomorrow in Boston and Seattle. The big curiosity in Boston is whether Larry Bird will play tomorrow in Game 4 against Cleveland. Several of the Celtics weren't talking about whether Bird would play, but rather what sort of effect his return would have on a Celtic team that leads the series 2-1. Don Criqui got a sampling of opinions.
I don't think it'll affect the way we play with Larry. Larry's such a great player. I think had we been playing very poorly, Larry would have came back and tried to really take over and do a lot of things. But Larry understands what's going on right now. We've been playing well. He won't try to get in the mix and do too much. He'll come back out, move the ball, rebound, shoot the open shots. And so, I've heard a lot of people say, geez, we'd be better off without him. Anytime you're better off without one of the best players who've ever played the game, I don't understand that at all. We're going to be much better with him.
What about with Larry Bird coming back? Will that change the way the Celtics play in Game 4?
No, it won't change anything at all. With Larry out there, he just gives us more leadership, also rebounding, and also a better passer out there.
If Larry's able to play in Game 4, that he will bring something else to the table for us, and he's all about winning, and that's all he's going to help us do.
The general feeling seems to be no matter what Larry Bird contributes in Game 4, just his return to the lineup will fan the fire at Boston Garden. It could be a Celtic celebration in Game 4. The Celtics are going to be very, very tough to beat. Now back to Bob.
Okay, Don, the general feeling may be that they're better off with Larry, but our Peter Bessie said on the pregame show he thinks that Larry's presence would create, as he put it, a chemical imbalance.
I don't know if it creates a chemical imbalance. You're talking about one of the best guys that ever touched the basketball. What Larry understands is the team needs some offensive rebounding, and he's willing to come in and do that. As I said, he can pass the basketball, he'll be patient and not be overly assertive, but he's still a guy that can shoot the three-pointer, which gives them good spacing, and if he does that, that means they can get the ball into Robert and Kevin, makes them much more difficult to double team.
Okay, now over in the Western Conference, Utah leads Seattle 2-0 after winning a pair of games in Salt Lake. It continues a season-long pattern for the Jazz of winning at home and struggling on the road. Utah's Jeff Malone talked about it.
During the course of the year, we tend to go on the road and be a little too conservative. Here we run more on the road. We kind of, slow it up a little bit. But sometimes we just got to go out and play. And go in with the right mentality. We're just going to play and don't worry about losing. Just go out and win.
For more on the Jazz and the Sonics, let's go live now to Seattle, home of the Space Needle and temporary home of Steve Snapper Jones. Snap?
All right, Bob, I'm here at the Seattle Center Coliseum, and normally the Sonics would be working out here at this time of day, but they got a local hockey game that is just finished. They've had an international festival for children behind me, so they've got a lot of activity. The Sonics will work out later at an alternate site. The Utah Jazz worked out at home, and they will fly in later on this evening. But the real story for the Sonics, if they are to get back into this series, is they have got to change the tempo of the ball game. They have played a very slow, methodical game, and that's Utah Jazz basketball. They have not figured out a way to get the ball out of John Stockton's hands, and when he has it, Malone and Malone are waiting in perfect spots to shoot the basketball, and that has been another story. Now, the biggest story for them is a lack of offensive punch for Ricky Pierce. They've got to find a way to get Pierce in the ball game to neutralize anything that Jeff Malone does out there. And if Utah can come in here with the right frame of mind, they may be able to steal Game 3 and make it an easy series for themselves, Bob.
Steve, thanks a lot. And once again, as we told you on the pregame show, you might have been up late watching the game, Utah and Seattle in Game 2, and Sean Kemp got poked in the eye late in the game, inadvertently, by Karl Malone. Had to miss the closing stages of the game, but he will be ready and will play tomorrow. And we'll return with second half action. The Suns over the Trailblazers by 6, right after these messages from your local station.
This has been the Prudential Halftime Report, brought to you by the companies of the Prudential. In a changing world, one thing remains rock solid: the Prudential.
Back on the court for the second half. The Suns have to be pleased they lead by 6, but Portland has to be very happy that they're not down by 17. They were looking at that deficit with 5 minutes to go, pull within 6 at the intermission. That does not bode well for the home crowd.
Well, you said one is pleased, one is happy. Well, I think that Phoenix they got to be kicking themselves. Yeah. They had everything going their way. They had the tempo. They had the crowd going crazy.
What happened? Where did it break down?
It broke down with the ball, with Kevin Johnson not having the basketball. When Steve Burke came into the game, they lost their offense. They lost the rhythm that they had built up. They lost the crowd. Portland is ecstatic. They have to be. Hey, 2 fouls on 3 guys. things were going bad for them, and then all of a sudden they turned up the defense and got out into the open court and turned this basketball game around, and it's only 6 points, and you know that's nothing for them.
Now let's look now, Magic, at the Genuine Draft halftime, Miller Genuine Draft halftime statistics. You said that they had to get more to the line, Phoenix, to win today, and they did. 21 free throw attempts, and Johnson was 5 out of 6. They had 2 more free throws than Portland. And offensive rebounds, a key. Look, 11-1, Portland on offensive boards. And 2 of those go to Clyde Drexler, who was always around the iron, and he led Portland with 14 and got 2 of them on plays like this.
Well, he's posting up Jeff, and he turns into the middle for like a half hook type shot. Now, Jeff Hornacek does not box him out. Clyde is back right up to the basket and tips his missed shot in. One thing about Jeff Hornacek is he's not strong enough to box Clyde out. And so when Clyde takes a shot, he's just pushing him out the way or going around him to get the offensive board.
A reminder, later in the game, we'll be presenting the Miller Genuine Draft Memory. Ready for the second half. Phoenix Suns desperate for a victory, lead by 6. Myers is with head coach Cotton Fitzsimmons.
Cotton, it's rare when you don't see Tom Chambers over the entire first half. Any reasonings?
I just used the speed and the quickness of a Perry, a Sabalas in there. I put Neely in there at the end because he can shoot the ball there real well at the top of the circle for us.
Will we see Tom in the second half?
Well, if we need him in there, we will. And with West with 4 fouls, with Andrew Lang with 3, he may have to come in and handle Duckworth for us.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Dick?
All right, Joel, there's the 11-year veteran from Utah, 11 years in the league. Every year he scored 1,000 points or more, but no duty the first 24 minutes today.
Well,
whoops, he's peeling off his jacket. Maybe he's going to start this second half.
Look like he's coming out here. Okay.
And the crowd has noticed that and breaks into a spontaneous applause.
Well, what Cotton said yesterday was the fact that he did not want to play Tom Chambers because Tom Chambers does not play defense, nor does Tom Chambers want to play defense.
It's not like you're going to get a surprise.
Yeah. So that's why he wasn't in the game, and only foul trouble now enables him to start in the second half.
All right, Kevin Johnson, let's see if he handles the ball and shoots more than he did the second quarter when he disappeared, even though he was on the court. Hornacek denying the steal by Drexler, but misses the shot. Sabalas gets the rebound. So it's Johnson, Chambers, Sabalas, Lang, and Hornacek. Porter gets the steal for Portland. He's with Williams, Duckworth, Drexler, and Kersey, the starting 5. Drexler rattles out. Sabalas goes the other way for the Suns. Chambers, he's not afraid to shoot. Drexler rebounds. Look at him fire out. And Porter just misses the runner as he's fouled.
Okay, Dick, let's set the stage here. Who's going to get to who first on this matchup with Tom Chambers and Duckworth? Will the speed and quickness of Tom Chambers get to Duckworth, or will the power and strength of Duckworth get to Tom Chambers? So this is a matchup we're going to have to really watch to see who exploits who.
Porter misses for the second time from the line. He's 3 for 5. There they are. Duckworth the bulk and Chambers the slender, quicker shooter. And the Phoenix lead is down to 5. Closest that Portland's been since the opening minutes. Foul. Drexler on that pick and roll gets his second.
Well, he grabbed the roll man from Rowland for the layup, which Chambers would have had if he didn't grab it.
Hornacek inside. And the whistle. Traveling the ball against Phoenix. Delay. No one making the call. Hornacek in disbelief. And here comes the Blazers.
I don't know. It's one of those, you could have called it well, and maybe you couldn't have called it, so you could have let it go.
Kersey. And Chambers with a loose ball. And it's Buck Williams. Second Perry. It's Perry, who started the game red hot and then didn't score in the second quarter. Now has 12. And Kersey draws the foul.
That time Jerome caught Tom Chambers rotating out to him. He gave him a ball fake and went right around him to the basket and got fouled.
It was Hornacek with the foul.
But see the pump fake, and he comes right in there. And people just grabbing his arm and he's going in. Jerome has really picked up his game in the playoffs. Dick, I think he was only averaging, what, 15 or 12 points during the regular season.
12 and a half, yeah.
And then in the playoff, he's averaging 18. So because of all those steals they've been getting in the games, that has helped and able to get his average up to 18 because Portland is doing an excellent job on team defense.
7 points for Kersey today. With a 5-point advantage, it's Perry on the move. Sabalas saves. And the foul, Drexler and Porter were reaching in.
Number 52, Buck Williams, is third, second team foul.
It's Buck Williams. Where did he come from? Williams gets his third. Appeared to be Drexler, the one who really forced the loose ball. Johnson unable to connect. Perry with the offensive rebound. Taking a page from the Portland book.
He can really get up quick. He went up there, sprung up there high above everybody, got the offensive rebound and put it right back in. That's why he's in this game.
Duckworth and Chambers. Here's the matchup. And Duckworth with a left hand draws the foul.
You know, Tom did a good job of taking the middle away from Duckworth, but then when he spun back to the left side, he kind of got him with his arm. He kind of grabbed his arm to hold him down, and Duckworth still continued the shot. You know, people don't realize about Kevin Duckworth is the fact that he can shoot with either hand. He can shoot left-hand hooks or right-handed hooks.
That's 3 team fouls already on Phoenix in the first 2.5 minutes of this third quarter. Never easy. Cotton knows that lesson.
Oh, boy. You know, you kind of wonder sometimes what coaches are thinking when they're sitting there like that.
Duckworth gets a deuce. It's a 5-point lead. Once again, there's Paul Westphal next to him. He'll be the head man next year. Hornacek. Buck Williams picks him up, and the pass deflected by Kersey, and Kersey gets it at the other end. Boy, he earned that one, and it's a 3-point game.
But did they turn over from defense to offense so quickly, getting Clyde out first, up to Jerome Kersey for the slam dunk. Man.
Kevin Johnson to Perry. Well, there good things happen when KJ gets inside.
Exactly. He penetrates, kicks it off to who was that? Perry, and he slam dunk. You know, you got two teams who can go really up in the air. I'm talking about sky high here. You got 3 or 4 guys who could long jump for a lot of track teams.
Here goes Duckworth against the lighter. Chambers scores 2, and he is fouled.
Okay, here's Clyde on this breakaway to Jerome. He goes up. Bam, okay. On the other end, KJ penetrates. Here comes Perry. He said, well, Jerome, if you thought you had a dunk, I'm going to show you my dunking ability. And he slams it home.
Duckworth completes the 3-point play, and with it, the Blazers are within a basket. They were down by 17 with 5.5 left in the half. And now with 8:23 remaining in the third, they're within 2 points of a tie. Hornacek gets the bounce.
You cannot stop talking about him shooting on the move. Boy, he can shoot some shots running away from the defense. That time he shot up high and got it. Ball.
Porter can't connect, but it's tipped out by Williams to Drexler, and a second chance for the Blazers. Duckworth outside. Clyde with 8. Look at that second chance, and he keeps it alive. What a play by Drexler, and Porter gets the basket.
Boy, I tell you always got to pay attention to Clyde Drexler. We've been talking about it all day long.
Hornacek was pushed from behind as he went up for his own missed shot.
Number 30, Terry Porter.
Here he is on the drive. Now, he knows he's not going to make the shot. He just really shot it up there to try to get the offensive board to try to tip it in. He got his hand on it again, Porter. Now, this was an excellent pick by Duckworth to let Terry Porter go down the lane for 2 because Chambers was going to try to come over and cut him off.
Hornacek inside, and he draws the foul. The smile, I think, is self-deprecating. He thought he should have made the shot, too.
Yeah, he's ISO here on Clyde, and he just turns the corner on him, and the help comes too late, and he just got pushed in the back.
Third foul on Drexler.
Number 14, Jeff Hornacek at the line, 2 shots.
Hornacek, a walk-on as a freshman at Iowa State, a second-round pick in '86 by the Suns. Really developed a coach's son, always a good shooter, but he's become a solid pro and led Phoenix this year with a 20-point average in scoring and made his first All-Star game.
He's one of those guys you love to have on your team. Shot selection is very good, and he really knows how to play.
7 minutes left in the third, a 4-point game. Right back into Duckworth. Marley. This crowd looking for a reason to explode. On the shot clock. Perry with 2. Perry, he had 10 in the first quarter, none in the second, 8 here in the third, and leads the Suns with 18, and Buck Williams at the other end.
How many times have you seen that one team score and the other team comes right back, right behind them and scored 2?
Tim Perry commits his third foul. Timeout with 6:28 left in the third period. Land of the desert, Phoenix, Arizona, the capital of the great state of Arizona, 1 million population. Well, tomorrow's Mother's Day, and we have a triple-header basketball action for you. It's Honeydew Day tomorrow around the nation.
That's right. Honeydew that and honeydew this. We got Cleveland at Boston, game 1. Utah at Seattle in our second game, in prime time, Chicago at New York.
All on Mother's Day 1992. Hope you'll join us. Some of our best fans are our female fans around the country. They certainly are more loyal than some of the guys, are they not?
Exactly. Well, all they want you to do is, it's all right for you to watch the game, but remember to take them to dinner after the games are over. So happy Mother's Day to everybody out there, all the mothers.
All right, a 4-point lead. Phoenix. Hornacek.
They set that play up right out of timeout. A cross pick for Jeff Hornacek to come off, and he knocked the jumper down.
Hornacek, who had 20 points total the first 2 games, has 18 today. Drexler answers at the other end with a 3. 17 for Clyde, a 3-point advantage. Phoenix. Marley. Hornacek. Inside. And it's Porter now on the run. Blazers trail by only 3. Blazers by 1.
Man, I tell you. He jumped over Tim Perry and tipped that one in.
Drexler with 19 to lead all scores. Stolen from behind by Porter, and Porter, as he made the move, was breaking down court for the lead.
Here comes Terry Porter now. Watch Tim Perry jump first. Clyde comes right behind him and still tips the ball in.
Actuality sound. Blazers trail by only 3. Blazers.
Who is that guy getting excited? They better leave me at home during the playoffs.
You do the O's and I'll do the mines.
Okay. If they didn't want excitement in terms of me, they better leave me at home. And when I see beautiful athletes like we're seeing today, beautiful players.
Well, they're the world's greatest athletes.
Yes.
I mean, the power, the strength, the hand-eye coordination, leapers. I mean, all the things that they have to do. And perhaps Drexler is the prototype of what the complete NBA star is. He has it all.
Yes. That's why he's the leading candidate right now for that one spot of the Olympic team.
Marley for 3. Oh, a big 3 for the former Central Michigan star. He has 9. Drexler goes inside and gets the foul.
The crowd wanted double dribble on Duckworth. That's why they're upset. But Clyde just took Marley right off the dribble and penetrated and got fouled.
Tom Chambers with 3 fouls already, so trouble inside, keeping men off that foul list.
Well, here he comes down in, and Tom Chambers reached in, and we couldn't really see if he got hit in the eye or what, but looked like he's all right.
Drexler almost 80% from the line on the season. 1 for 3 today. 75-72. Nice pass, and Perry delivers.
That must have been his, 4th or 5th dunk in the game today off penetration, and kicked back out to him, and he comes right down the lane and dunked the basketball.
Duckworth and Chambers. Oh, wow, there's the foul on Duckworth, who used the left elbow to clear out.
Well, I guess they finally caught him with that elbow, huh? Tom Chambers had excellent defense position on him. Right here, you can see Tom Chambers, the elbow goes up into Chambers' chin, and the offensive foul call.
Hornacek. Oh, and Duckworth greets him.
Uh-oh, little fight going on here, pushing Tim Perry and Porter. There's been a lot of talking today and a lot of bodies slamming against one another, and but I think the referees have done an excellent job. Here you see Hornacek splits the defense, and what Duckworth was doing was he just taking a hard foul, and then we don't know what happened on Perry and Porter.
Ainge comes in. He ignited Portland back in that second quarter with 8 quick points. The foul was on Buck Williams, his 4th, and Williams is rested by head coach Rick Adelman as Danny Ainge comes in. Hornacek looks for his 19th point.
I think everybody, both teams, are looking for that one advantage. Both teams are looking for something that can spark them. And what is happening is that's why it's a lot of pushing and shoving, because no team wants to give the other team that advantage.
There's an athlete, Cliff Robinson, at 6'10", so graceful and quick.
Just got in the game and took it right to the basket on Chambers right around him.
And Duckworth reaching in is going to get his 4th foul.
We better watch out. He might get a technical here.
He said, I got all ball, and then he said something else. Yeah. Mark Bryant is peeling off his warm-up, and he'll come in for Duckworth, apparently.
You trying to plead. Here it is right here. Chambers goes right around Cliff Robinson.
He said all ball, and he did get all ball.
Yes, he did.
But from the angle going in like that, the official was blocked by a body. It looked to be a foul. Chambers hasn't scored.
And when you're 7 feet, 300 pounds, they're looking at you saying, no way you can make that play. The referee said, no way.
What's interesting, and with all the collisions, the big bumping and grinding and no foul, and there he gets all ball and he picks one up.
You know, with all that bumping and hitting going on, you know, that doesn't faze Duckworth where it hurts everybody else when he bumps into it.
6-point lead. Phoenix, less than 4 to go in the third. Just joining us, Phoenix has led by as much as 17, 2 occasions in the first half, a foul away from the ball. It is the legal defense. And with that, a technical foul that'll send Terry Porter to the line.
Well, I think he caught Tom Chambers below the free throw line when his man that he was guarding was above the 3-point line, and that's illegal defense.
Native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Terry Porter from Wisconsin Stevens Point has his 13th point of this afternoon. He's been averaging 29 in this series.
I tell you, for a guy to have paid his college tuition, didn't get a scholarship, he had to pay to go to college, he can feel proud as well as his parents can be proud of him.
Great pass to Bryant. And then too many passes. Hornacek trying to get it to Marley. And it's Drexler saving, and a foul on Marley.
Dick, he came out of nowhere to intercept that pass. Marley was ahead of him. He came out of nowhere to catch him. Watch, you can see Marley there. There's Clyde right there. Intercept the ball. And has the presence of mind. He got pushed in the back. Man, what an athlete. Clyde works on both ends of the basketball court.
One in the penalty for Drexler at the other end as he looks for his 21st point.
And I know fans are wondering, well, how will he be valuable on the Olympic team with Michael Jordan already there? Well, Clyde Drexler can play 2 or 3 positions. You know, if you want him at point, he can do that. He can play the 2 guard, but he can also play small forward as well. So he's going to be very valuable because we'll be interchangeable with him on the team.
And you know he can play defense no matter what spot he's playing.
Exactly.
3-point game. Once again, Enos Watley has replaced Terry Porter in the backcourt for Portland. And Johnson goes to work right away on him. Bodies flying. Drexler goes down as Ames comes into the forecourt. Robinson. And it's a 1-point game. This is the closest that Portland has been since it was 2-1. Loose ball to Perry. Put the ball in the court, and Drexler took it away from him. And Portland has the lead for the first time since it was 1-0 Blazers. A 20-second timeout by Phoenix.
Boy. Hornacek had the position on him. Then in midair, watch this. Here he comes. Hornacek cuts him off. Then in midair, he just switches to his right side. Oh, boy. We can't stop talking about the guy.
I think you're his campaign manager for that Olympic team. More on the Clyde Drexler Show when we return. The Blazers have the lead. Closely contested. Utah and Seattle. Every game, 2 games coming down to the final minutes. Both games in Portland were in doubt to the final minutes. And now Portland has overcome a 17-point deficit. Chambers first basket. And regaining the lead is Phoenix.
See, nobody on the Phoenix team can run the pick and roll better than Chambers. That's why he has to be playing, because he can hit that shot once he sets that pick and roll.
Steve Bird is in against Watley. It is Ames missing. Marley rips down the rebound. Marley, Chambers, Hornacek, Burt, and another three-pointer. This one by Chambers. So Chambers scores 5 quick points here after the timeout.
Do you think Tom is telling Cotton I want to play? I think he's showing him that he can really help this team win, and just by his play.
Almost stolen by Burt. Marley on Drexler. A 3. And Bryant gets the offensive rebound and travels. And the Madhouse on McDowell, ready to cheer an explosion by their beloved Suns. Rick Adelman, team took the lead, now trailing by 4. 1.5 left in the third. Chambers. Marley with 5 against Ainge. Over Ainge. And a whistle.
In the penalty.
Second foul on Danny Ainge. And Dan Marley to the line.
The last 2 times down the court for Portland, for some reason they went away from Cliff Robinson. He had just scored 2 quick buckets shooting right over Tim Perry, and because he's 6'11" and Tim Perry's he's about 6'9", 6'8", they should go to that matchup more. Now on the other end for Phoenix, they're trying to involve Tom Chambers more, and they're getting him involved in the offense, and he's either scoring for himself, or that time he passed off to Marley and got a foul.
Marley now with 11. Robinson over Perry. Perry gets the rebound. Phoenix on a 7-0 run. Burt. That's 3 fairly easy shots for Burt on breakaways. Out of bounds to Phoenix.
Some guys in our league are finishers. Some guys come up short. And today he's come up short. He just hasn't finished the play.
Final seconds, third quarter. Watley on Hornacek. Pick and roll to Perry. That'll be against Perry.
Excellent help side defense. Perry had the lane, but Cliff Robinson came on the opposite side, got in front of him. Here it is. Robinson already established his position. Tim Perry runs right over him. Good help defense by Cliff Robinson.
Robinson had everything tucked in. He wasn't even going to have a fingernail out there to get the foul called on him. So 37.7 seconds left in the third period. And Portland, after regaining the lead by 1, has seen Phoenix score the last 7 points. Porter back in. Give and go, but the pass through Robinson's hands. Drexler apologizes. It was a tough catch.
Yeah, because the pass was too fast. Here comes the pick and roll here. Nice pick. And what happened? Well, he kind of threw it up a little too high for him. That was it. Plus, it had a lot of speed on the ball. And if he could have slowed it up, he could have got the basketball. But it was just too quick of a pass.
Game and shot clocks only 1 second apart. Not even that. So Phoenix will try to spend as much of that time as they can and take the last shot. Hornacek gets it. 1.4 seconds. Ainge for 3. Oh, the front edge of the rim. He just missed. Tom Chambers with 5 points at the end of this third period. Crucial to Phoenix after they lost the lead, but regain it by 8 going to the fourth. We'll be back after these messages and a word from your local station. Pride and joy of Sacramento, California. Kevin Johnson returns for the start of the fourth quarter. Sat out the last 2:44 of the third. And while he was out of the game, Phoenix went on a 9-0 run to get the lead 89-81. Now he's had his pit stop, so he's well rested. And Clyde Drexler, he looked a little tired in the final minutes of that third.
Yes, he was doing a lot of things, and also the pace was so fast that he had to get a rest.
Ainge against Burke. Ooh, near steal by Marley against Porter. Takes it in. Terry Porter. He has 15.
You can look for Terry Porter and Duckworth and probably Robinson to do most of the shooting now that Clyde's out the game for Portland.
Behind the back to Marley. Kevin Johnson with a terrific pass. Marley with 13.
Every time Kevin Johnson's able to penetrate, something good happens for Phoenix. A layup, a jump shot, whatever.
14 assists now for Kevin Johnson, and a push on Steve Bird, his third.
Fouls for number 13, Steve Bird. His third, first team foul.
So here come KJ. He gets around Porter. He fakes like he's going one way, passes behind his back to Marley, who does a scoop-a-doop for two.
Scoop-a-doop, they didn't call that at Central Michigan.
Yes, what happens is, see, the scoop-a-doop is when you go up and then you scoop up under, so it's scoop-a-doop. That's a playground saying.
I'm writing it down.
All right.
Johnson with 14 assists was second in the league to Stockton during the regular season. We'll see John Stockton tomorrow. Marley underneath, working the baseline and drawing a crowd. Portland wanted a jump ball. They'll get a foul instead.
You know, Dan Marley is a guy who is an aggressive basketball player. He goes and he'll take the punishment and still get that ball up there somehow.
But there's a negative, Magic. He usually can't get through a season without having to rest with an injury. I mean, even this series, he has that left knee well bandaged. Some wondered how effective he might be, but he certainly has played very well in the 3 games.
But some players like Dan Marley is injury prone because they are aggressive basketball players taking the ball to the basket. I know, like myself, I used to get hurt a lot, knick-knack injuries here and there because I'm a driver. I like to take it to the basket, and the same with Dan Marley. But I bet you this, Phoenix would not trade him.
Well, as a 6th man, he made the NBA All-Star team this year.
Exactly.
Portland down by 8. It's Robinson. Duckworth, another offensive rebound. Porter for 3. Kersey, the 3rd chance. And finally Chambers, the Phoenix Suns, to Kevin Johnson. Marley wants 3. Second timeout as Marley celebrates a 3. Member of the 1988 U.S. Olympic team, and with the injury to Percy Hawkins, Marley was used as their outside shooter, although he wasn't known for that coming out of college, but he's developed a pretty good outside shot.
You know, last season he wasn't really a good outside shooter. He was always a driver. This year he has worked on his game in terms of over the summer, and this year he's become a threat from 3-point land, and you can't leave him alone like you could in past years.
He averaged over 17 on the season. Marley with 18 today off the bench. And Portland trying to develop some momentum in their own run. It has been a game that has featured a lot of highs and lows on both sides. And Robinson may have gotten things started for the men in black. Plenty of time, 9.5 minutes to go. Marley eased out of the way by Robinson, and the turnover to Portland. and a timeout with 9:24 remaining in the fourth quarter here in Phoenix. The Suns 96, the Blazers 87.
Genuine memories.
In today's Miller Genuine Draft Memory, we take a look back at Lowell Cotton Fitzsimmons. Last month, he announced his retirement after spending 19 years in the NBA. Cotton had stints with Atlanta, Buffalo, Kansas City, San Antonio, 2 here with Phoenix. Currently 6th on the all-time win list, 805 career victories. One of only 6 coaches to reach the 800-win plateau. Cotton, 2-time Coach of the Year, posted over 50 wins in each of the Suns' last 4 seasons. In recognition of this memory, Miller Genuine Draft will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. And on McDowell Street, it's a madhouse with a score 96-87. Phoenix leads Portland, trying to get their first game of the series, and a foul. The players couldn't hear the whistle. It's so noisy.
Oh, boy. You're talking about home court advantage. This is it right here. But what happened, he caught Chambers on his arm, if that's the call, foul, or
pointing at the clock as well, Magic. I don't know if the game clock hasn't started. Foul is on Marley. No, it's Chambers. Sorry, 4th foul.
Well, here he posted Chambers in the lane, and Marley comes over and reaches in.
And they called it on Chambers, not Marley.
Wow.
Well, it's a 4th on him.
Well, Marley reached in and really grabbed his arm. It should have been a foul on Dan Marley.
Each team with 4 team fouls already in this fourth quarter with 9:12 to go. So it'll be the penalty from now on. Porter and Johnson. Marley double teams. Duckworth. Well done.
It was an excellent pass out of the double team from Terry Porter, who caught Duckworth right at the free throw line in his range. 1 dribble and up for the shot, 2 points.
Steve Bird is open. Porter rebounds. And Kersey beats the Suns down the court.
Opening 2 points, Jerome Kersey.
You almost got to come back, Dick, with Hornacek right now, because Burt is not really a playoff basketball. Well, here, Cotton must have heard me bringing Jeff Hornacek back in, because right now is an important part of the game, and you need guys knocking the shots down.
Chambers from outside. And Marley has it knocked away. Goes to Phoenix, and here is Hornacek for Burt.
Number 15, Steve Burt.
Now, I'm also wondering how long will Clyde Drexler be on the bench for Portland?
You'd be a good coach. Ever think about that?
I've thought about it before.
How long?
Yeah, about 2 seconds.
Drexler's about to come in. 8 minutes to go. Hornacek comes out shooting, gets the foul from Ames. As the star of the Trailblazers, Clyde Drexler returns. Ames goes out. Well, the 9 for 19 doesn't tell the story for Drexler's 24. It's all the other things he does away from the scoring power.
That's one thing that can happen for Clyde Drexler. He can be 9 for 19, but the crowd, you and I sitting here would never even have thought he was 9 for 19, because he's still playing a great game. He makes so many things happen.
Above the rim player. Great star at Houston, and by slamma jamma of Guy Lewis. 2 for Hornacek. Builds Phoenix back to a +7. Porter around Kevin Johnson, and he scores. And a foul. Is it on Chambers? If it is, it'll be his 5th. Yes, 5 now on Tom Chambers.
But see, Dick, what's happening is the help side defense is getting there late. Now, here comes Terry. Now, see, Tom got over there too late. Now, what he should have done is just, instead of sticking his arms out there, he should have just let him go by him. Because now you give him, instead of giving him just 2 points, you give him an opportunity for 3. And like you said, it takes that crowd right back out of the game again.
Porter's been over 20 in every game of the series, has 20 today. Tim Perry and Andrew Lang. Now Lang in for Chambers. 9 on the shot clock. Kevin Johnson looking for someone open. It's Marley way outside for 3.
Can't leave him out there. He's proven not only this year, but in this game, he can hit that shot.
Third tray for Marley. Duckworth over Lang. Oh, just rough under there. Marley able to fight for the rebound. KJ to Marley. And he's fouled. No basket. No basket. Beautiful feed from KJ.
It was. Excellent transition by the Phoenix Suns. Here's Marley giving it to KJ now. He has a presence of mind to cut back door. Good bounce pass. He goes up and under. Cliff has to knock him on his arm. And he goes in there for 2. Now he goes to the free throw line. He's been the spark plug. We've been waiting on somebody on either team to spark their team. And right now it's been Dan Marley for the Phoenix Suns.
Percy, not Robinson, ticketed with a foul.
Oh, excuse me.
And Marley now with 22 points off the bench. Timeout Portland. They're on their feet here in Phoenix as the Suns have reclaimed an 8-point lead. Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Phoenix. The Suns lead by 8. They had led by 17. Portland got a 1-point lead late in the third. Again, the home court advantage seems to be the inspiration.
Oh, yes. And guys like Dan Marley coming off the bench to spark the team and get this crowd excited. But, you know, let's see if Portland has one more run, because in this game, it's been 3 or 4 runs. One team will make a run and the other team will come back. So let's see if Portland can come back one more time here with 7:05 left in the game.
Marley's second free throw.
And talking about him, he is so popular that they have a line of clothes out here in Phoenix and in Traverse City, Michigan, where he's from, called Thunder Dan.
Thunder Dan 9. Well, here's the Portland Thunder, or Lightning. Block, and Drexler hustling to the ball. Andrew Lang able to make the rejection. He had 201 blocks in the regular year. Hornacek for 3. And a foul. Jeff Hornacek, his 3 gives him 26 for the day.
Well, here comes Clyde. He's posting up Jeff Hornacek again today, but he spins. Here comes Lane. Say, get it out of here, Clyde. You've been doing this too much today. And here's the tray by Jeff Hornacek. All net. Pure jump shooter.
Averaged 10 points in the 2 games at Portland, but 26 today. Percy misses the front end.
And you know, Dick, you and I discussed at the top of the show here that, you know, Hornacek and Chambers would have to score more, and both of them have done that today. They've really gotten into their game. They've helped their team with this lead so far right now.
Percy misses them both. Hornacek. Marley comes out of the crowd with it. 6 minutes to go. Phoenix by 12. And a foul as Tim Perry takes it to the hole.
Again, off of Kevin Johnson's penetration, kick to Perry, and he comes in for the foul. Here comes KJ. Again, he kicks it to the left side to Perry. He goes up and gets hacked twice there. I tell you, every time KJ has penetrated they've gotten a good shot or they've gone to the free throw line.
Tim Perry, another Sun who has awakened thanks to Johnson's feeds. Quiet on the scoreboard, 2 games in Portland. He looks for his 22nd point today.
And I was saying earlier about Hornacek and Chambers just a while ago. Yes, Chambers haven't scored a lot of points, but the points that he did score, he scored them at a most important time of the game for
Percy nails an 18-footer. That's right. Chambers scored at the time when Portland had taken the lead 81-80. Now the clock becomes a factor with 5.5 to go, and Portland trailing by 12. Needs some defensive stops. Johnson comes back out to Hornacek with 2. And the call is what? Out of bounds for Portland. His shot, out comes to Johnson. Marley. Percy the other way. Marley wanted to foul. Porter sets up for the 3. Drexler sets for the 3. Suddenly the Blazers can't buy a bucket.
I think fatigue has set in for Clyde Drexler. He's played so hard during this game. That's why his shots are not falling for him right now.
Cotton wants a timeout. 4:39, time for strategy. You've got the ball. You lead by 12. You need a win. 4:39 left here in Phoenix. The Suns down 2-0 have the lead. Portland, third most three-point attempts in the league this year behind Milwaukee and Houston. But today, in three-point shooting, the Blazers 2 for 10, and led by Dan Marley, who's 3 for 4. The Suns are 5 out of 8. And the three-point shooting has been key to Phoenix's lead.
Yes, because they've been getting them where both Marley and Hornacek is getting those three-point shots where their feet are set and they can take it from there in transition.
Ames and Porter are the three-point men for the Blazers, and they're both in there. Buck Williams with a left-hander. He has 11. Earlier today, the Bulls beat the Knicks 94-86 as Chicago regains home court advantage in their best of 7. You'll see them in Game 4 tomorrow night, third game of our triple-header. Johnson to Marley. Someone reached in, got the ball, and Marley unable to connect on the shot.
Dick, how many times do they have that motion offense, backdoor cuts, they just carving Portland up with those backdoor cuts. Marley, Hornacek, everybody on the team just keeps moving. Kevin Johnson has the presence of mind to find that open man, and that's why Dan Marley is going to the free throw line right now, because he just cut backdoor without the basketball. Kevin Johnson found him on an excellent bounce pass.
16 assists for that man, Kevin Johnson.
Well, he told us yesterday he wanted to come in and not score as much, but get everybody else involved. He has done what he set out to do with them and doing that.
Marley has given Chris Simmons a great job off the bench. 25 points for Marley. Percy draws the foul on Andrew Lang.
I think Portland's going to have to go to some kind of trap, some kind of pressing defense, because if you keep letting Phoenix just run their offense, I don't think they're going to have a chance to win this game. So they're going to have to somehow take the ball out of KJ's hand and make somebody else handle it and beat you that way.
The foul on Lang was his 5th. Percy looks for his 14th point. And this one to cut the lead to 10 with 3 minutes, 43 seconds to go. 110-100. Hornacek for three. 29 for Hornacek.
Dick, in the first two games, Clyde Drexler denied Jeff Hornacek the ball all over the court. Today, he hasn't done that. Just a few seconds ago, we saw that Clyde let him have it, and Hornacek buried the three-point.
Only 3 minutes to go. Unable to handle a pass. Tim Perry.
Where the ball swung around to Jeff. See, Clyde's back off of him. Jeff gets the ball. He sees that Clyde's 2 feet off of him and takes the three-point. Now in game 1 and 2, Clyde just denied him all over the court.
Bad pass, and Lang intercepts. They were trying to get it to Drexler. Hornacek pushes it up the court.
And give Phoenix credit. They've been very patient offensively.
Kevin Johnson with 5. Perry is fouled.
You could tell that Clyde Drexler was tired because Kevin Johnson went by him so fast and dished it off to Perry, and Clyde didn't make a move to even recover. Watch this crossover. Oh, I see you later, Clyde. And Clyde could only reach his hand out there. And there's Perry. He dished it off, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Kersey with his 5th foul. Perry looks for his 23rd point. Well, a reminder again that when the home court advantage swings, Phoenix enjoys the home cooking. They're second best, tied with Chicago, losing only 5 all year. Utah with the best mark, only 4 defeats.
And coming in here today, you understand that a lot better because this crowd makes a big difference.
Porter, Williams. Phoenix's lead, 11. Under 2 minutes to go.
Dick, I'm still shocked. I'm still surprised that they haven't gone into a half-court trap, because they've done nothing man-to-man against Phoenix's offense. I just can't believe they're not trying to trap them.
Kersey to Drexler. 1:44 to go. Drexler to the basket. For Clyde. That's his average in the series.
Are they going to sit and let... is Portland going to sit here and let Phoenix just run the clock out?
Intercept.
Bad decision, Dick. Bad decision.
Ainge to Drexler. He gets the basket and he's fouled.
Oh, no. I cannot believe this. You got 1:38 to go. You got the ball. You're up what? They were up 10 or 11. They were up 11. All you had to do is run the clock down. Here's Clyde on this breakaway. Now, Kevin should have just let him go. Clyde is big and strong enough to carry Kevin and himself up and make the basket. And that's what happened.
Ainge, that highly competitive spirit of his, sees the lead carved to 7. Phoenix mascot having a field day and citing this crowd to cheer for the Suns, who lead by 7. There's the timeout situation. Both teams with plenty in hand. A couple for Portland. At the line, Drexler trying to complete the three-point play.
You know, Dick, to continue my point, Jeff Hornacek has played an excellent game today, but he made one major mistake. With 1:38 to go, you're up 11. He should have ran the clock down and not have shot the ball until at least 3 or 4 seconds to go on the shot clock.
There's the turnover, but it goes right to the Suns. 4 seconds. Perry didn't really have control of the ball. He has 26. 3 Blazers over 25 today, and Clyde Drexler is the first to hit 30. He's at 31. Drexler with 31, Porter with 20 to lead Portland. Hornacek 29, Marley 25, Perry 26 for the Suns.
Okay, here, Dick. Now, Phoenix. Here comes to Kevin. Ooh, he did walk. He walked on that one first, and that's what Cliff Robinson was saying, that he walked first, and they didn't call that.
Johnson, that gives Phoenix a 7-point lead, so a couple of trays can't time. And with 46 seconds left, Johnson with his 14th and 15th points. Not big scoring game, but just what you said, Magic, at the start. Kevin Johnson, you'd let him get 35 or 40. It's when he doesn't score, sets the table. That's when Phoenix is tough.
That's right. You know, when he's scoring big numbers, that means that the basketball is not touching the hands of other players. And a little man in our league cannot beat you. Big people, fouls, things like that beat you. People in the post having foul trouble on the other team, which they accomplished today. Kevin played an excellent floor game. I mean, he got everybody involved. Hornacek, Perry, Marley, all those guys had good games because Kevin Johnson had a hand in having 16 assists.
That statistic seems so appropriate and symbolic. They were calling timeout. That's not a turnover. That Johnson had as many assists as he had points, 16 in both categories. That spells a 9-point lead and time running out on the Trailblazers. And it appears the Suns will get their first victory in this best of 7 as home court holds true. And game 4 will be here in this building on Monday night.
Well, Dick, they were the aggressor. They set the tone for the game right from the outset. And that's why they were able to, if they end up winning. Ooh, Drexler dunks.
Another big game for Clyde with 33. But the Trailblazers still need more than 2 trays, so they need at least 3 possessions in order to overcome that 7-point Cotton Fitzsimmons team's lead. Thanks to all that took part here today, and stay tuned for your local news around the country, especially in the East and Midwest. The executive producer of NBC Sports is Terry O'Neill, the coordinating producer of the NBA on NBC, Tommy Roy. Today's game produced by John McGinnis and directed by John Gonzalez. NBA Showtime produced by Ricky Diamond, directed by Kelly Atkinson. Technical directors Mitch Geller, Richard Sansevier. Thanks to Ross Schneiderman, Joe Costanza, all the men and women here on this day before Mother's Day. And don't forget tonight, really a terrific Saturday night. I want you to listen carefully. The Golden Girls say goodbye. Part of television history. You'll want to see their last episode. It's sensational. And then Empty Nest. And then, I don't know, have you ever seen Dame Edna? I first saw Dame Edna over in London during Wimbledon. Dame Edna's Hollywood. Robin Williams, Kim Basinger, Ringo Starr, Chevy Chase, and more. Well, all I can say, Dame Edna is indeed one of a kind.
Well, you can get ready to laugh watching that show because all that comedy there. But the Golden Girls, get out the VCRs for that.
Yeah, and some Kleenex, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the on course, as expected, home team's the favorite. You know, these 2 teams in the regular season were only 4 games apart. Portland won 4 more than Phoenix. Interestingly, Portland in the playoffs, if they lose this one, it'll be the 9th straight time they've lost Game 3 of the playoff best of 7. And part of that, of course, because they've won 2. Seems almost natural. You win 2 and that team coming home has to win, and it's tough to overcome that. That 4th game is so critical, as you know, man.
Yes, it is. It will be a big game. Now, let's see what Portland team comes out, and early in the first quarter, what Portland team arrives on Monday, because that first 5 minutes is going to be so important, not only to Phoenix, but especially to Portland, the road team. Because if they let Phoenix get up on them again, it's going to be tough for them in terms of getting this crowd going. Portland must try to take the crowd out early and not let them get involved. That was an excellent move by Porter right here. Let Burt have it. foul him, see what he can do. You know, because Kevin Johnson, Hornacek, are excellent free throw shooters.
And Bert been there less to the line. In fact, Bert had a couple of those 10-day contracts during the year and then signed for the rest of the season after he came up from Oklahoma City in the CBA. He shot 70% from the line on the season.
And he just, they put him in the game for this, so let's see if he can knock him down.
He's 2 for 2 today, a total of 4 points.
Number 9, Danny Ainge, returns to the Trailblazers lineup.
And Chicago defeated New York 94-86 in their Game 3. So the Bulls, after dropping the opener at Chicago Stadium, have come back to win one in New York and thus have the advantage in that best of 7, 2 games to 1. Portland wins 2 by 2 points and by 7 up in the Northwest. Drexler with a gimme 2, now with 35.
They let him have that. What they're saying is let the clock keep going. And Portland and Phoenix is saying let the clock keep going. Portland said no, we're going to stop it every time.
Let's look at the rest of the schedule in this series. Monday night Game 4 here in Phoenix, and it goes up after a couple days rest to Portland Thursday night. Saturday, if it goes 6 games, that'll be one of our telecasts next weekend back here in Phoenix, and if it goes the full 7, Monday, the decider in Portland. And tomorrow we'll be in the Emerald City. Seattle Supersonics host the Utah Jazz. Sean Kemp, the world's starting to realize what a tremendous athlete plays at age 23 up there in Seattle, and of course a couple of All-Stars and John Stockton, Karl Malone leading Utah, but boy, Jeff Malone gets the marquee name last night. Was he sensational? That's tomorrow, the middle game of our triple header.
And the crowd will be just like the crowd is today here in Phoenix. That crowd will be ready in Seattle, and they want a victory bad. And let's remember, they were in that game too. If that shot don't fall in for Jeff Malone, they probably would have had a chance to win that game.
It starts with Cleveland and Boston. Chuck Daly of the Pistons, or ex-Piston coach, will join Tom Hammond there. The Snapper Jones will be with us in Seattle for the Jazz and Sonics, and then at 6:30, 3:30 Western time, the Bulls and New York Knicks in Game 4, which becomes highly critical for the Madison Square Garden team.
All the mothers are saying, man, that's a lot of basketball on my day. But they'll all be sitting around watching it and enjoying it.
Might be a good idea to go out and get the roses real early. You know, if you're a fan, go out and get the roses real early for Mom. And while she's enjoying the aroma and the tenderness, you get in Game 1. Then you got to go out and maybe cook a little lunch for her to see Game 2. And then you got a break there in between 2 and 3 where you take her out for, you know, a real nice steak dinner. 1 hour.
1 hour quick steak dinner back home, because you don't want to miss Michael Jordan and the New York Knicks. And what a series. Everybody's surprised about that series, but we called it. You and I was saying that everybody's tired of seeing the Detroit Pistons, and I thought that New York would give them a better series, and so far that has happened.
Well, you can underline the word intense in that matchup the first 3 games. Now the final 22.8 seconds, which sometimes is an eternity in the NBA, is Cliff Robinson, a rare 3-pointer, misses everything, and Drexler is the recipient of 2 more. 16.3 as Drexler gets the hand on the ball again. Well, Drexler is your pick to be the next pro on the Olympic team. Who gets the 12th spot?
Well, I think one of the college guys, and I guess it's going to either go to Shaquille or Lakeland. You know, unless they pick a point guard, and that'll probably be either Isaiah or who they mentioned, Hardaway, I think. So, but I think they're going to take a college guy. So Lakeland or Shaquille, man, what a pick. Shaquille is a better dominant big man inside, and Lakeland is a better player outside and all around. So it's going to be a tough decision. Won't be easy, but we on the team will welcome whoever the choice is. And I know Portland fans saying, Magic, you better say Drexler and that's it.
Well, you've been in this corner all along.
Yeah, he's a guy who's deserving
in every way.
Just an all-around game.
Perry with 27 today, one of the keys in this Phoenix effort as Drexler off the backboard and out of bounds to Phoenix. 9.5 seconds left.
I think they're following this time because it's over.
So Phoenix gets game 3. The final score 124-117. Game 4 will be here on Monday night. Now for Magic Johnson and Joel Myers, this is Dick Enberg. This has been a presentation of the NBA on NBC. We'll join Bob Costas, Quinn Buckner for more on NBA Showtime.